Have you ever wondered exactly how many lines of code you have in a GameMaker project? I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who has. In any case, there is an easy way to find out. If you're using GameMaker Studio, you can use this handy little tool called GMLPal. Somebody on the Yo-Yo Games community forums made it a while ago. I'll leave a link to where you can find it in the description of this video. Anyway, what you do, you open it up, it looks like this. You can choose a GameMaker Studio project file to open. It will not work for previous versions of GameMaker, only GameMaker Studio. It'll open up, you can go to the miscellaneous tab, hit stats, click on the resource tree, and quite simply you can see how many lines of code you have. In my case, 23,116 at this current moment. Not only that, you can see the breakdown. You can see I have 18,000 lines in scripts, 1,000 in shaders, 3,000 in objects, and 122 lines of code of constants. And if you open that up, you can get a further breakdown. You can see all the subcategories of scripts that I have. Achievements, animations, audio, battle, resource construction, and the list goes on. And I can see that most of my lines of code are currently in the resource construction category. I have quite a few in the pause menu, scripting, and editor systems as well. And if you wanted to keep going down, that one's not very interesting. If you wanted to keep going down, you could get further breakdowns within these subcategories. You could also look at things like shaders. You could look at things like timelines, which I don't have any of. You could look at things like objects. You could go into the different events of specific objects. Room creation code, all of your constants. That's a big, huge mess. I kind of have a lot of macros in this game. Anyway, let's go back to something a little bit more sane. You can change a few things about this information as displayed. You can choose the type of chart. There's the usual pie chart. There's a little bar graph. You can show a pyramid. I am going to go back to the pie chart because it's easiest to understand. You can change what information is displayed. Names only, I don't really like that. The other interesting thing that this little program can do is a global find and replace. So if you go to edit and find and replace, my player object happens to be named quite simply player with a capital P, not, for example, obj underscore player. But if you wanted to change that, you could do global find and replace, hit case sensitive search and whole word only, and you could replace that with obj underscore player. You can do a simple text search or you can do a regex search. If you don't know what regex is, you probably shouldn't mess with it. Anyway, I'm going to hit find and replace, and that has found 190 instances of the word player in this code. And if you want to save those changes, you can hit save changes. Yes, I would like to back this up because I'm not going to actually want to keep this change. Anyway, this is going to take a few minutes to save. Anyway, now that that's done, I'm going to open up another instance of this project and you will be able to see the changes. So now if I open up my player object, you can see that the object itself is still named player, but all of the references to it in the code are now actually obj underscore player. And all I have to do is change the name of the object itself and everything will work as expected. Now again, I don't actually want to save these changes because I would prefer that my player object is named as it is right now with the capital P. So I'm just going to save over this once again, undoing these changes as it were. Now if I go to reload this project, if I go to edit, find and replace, I'm not going to do replace in this case. You can see that once again, the player object is named with a capital P. Anyway, this is GMLPal. It's a very simple tool, but it's also very useful. Once again, I will leave a link to where you can find it in the description of this video. Let me know how many lines of code your project has. I'm interested to hear what you're working on. My name is Dragonite, and I will see you all later.